Coming to you from probably somewhere in Mississippi, guys talking about sports and stuff. You can call them Ray and Rodney or Rodney and Ray. Anyway, it's the R&R Show.
You better believe that, Slick. It's the R&R Show. What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Fall up in here. Fall up in here.
I can bring them in. Yay.
Tell me how you love it. You know you at the top one on there. Heaven's right above you. We own Young Money.
I know say it.
What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? Come around, come around. Come around, come around.
Woo! Let's go, let's go.
What's going on, everybody? Everybody. We back up in here creeping while you sleeping. Microphone don't want to act right, but that's all right. We back up in here again. Right. It's been a minute. What up, B? What up, Chant?
No.
Chant, I don't know what you talking about, dog.
I told you right.
I don't know what you talking about, dog.
Oh yeah, I hear it now. Right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We in and out on y'all a little bit. We about a week behind. We let a week get between us, you know. Like I said, life always happens.
That's it.
Life always happens. Believe that, Slick. But guess what? You're blessed with our presence today. I am Ray.
I am Rodney.
And you have been blessed to see another episode of the R&R Show. Like I always like to do. I like to thank y'all for following us on all the media, social media platforms. Thank you for the shares. Thank you for all that good stuff. What? YouTube, Me Too, We Too, Twitter, all of it. Facebook, Bookface, Booker Nose Face, all that. Thank y'all. Shoot, MySpace. MySpace. Thank y'all. Yeah, we're back on. Right. And then y'all know somebody who ain't doing the same. Make sure y'all tell them to tell their mama, them to tell their mama, them to tell their mama. That who else?
For their daddy, if he's still around.
Yeah, if he's still around. If you don't see him, he might show up for the football game if you playing. Might see if you get to play or not. But if you don't get right, he be at the fence. But if you don't get no playing time, he ain't coming back no more. So just letting y'all know. All out.
Come out here.
All out. Once again, this is the R&R Show. What's up, my guy?
Man, you know what it is.
What up, Tony? What it do?
Same salad, different dressing.
Same salad, different dressing. Lord have mercy.
Sir. Put your mouth. Okay, though. Bye, Tony. Tony said, look, you hear me knocking?
He said, you hear me knocking, don't you? Yeah, I hear you knocking. Well, let me in. Man, we got to have this dude on the show one day, man. For real.
Oh, man, it's on him. If he get out there, like my auntie said, he got that tricycle along with him, he can come on here.
Hey, man, don't hate on the tricycle.
Hey,
so what we kick this thing off with?
Hey,
let me in here.
Hey, look, I wanted to hit this the last show. And I don't know if you want to start with it or end with it.
If it's the live tour, is it the live tour?
This ain't the live tour. We can start with the live tour.
No. I thought you were talking about that. I was gonna let's do that second.
Okay. Now we got the live tour. We got to go
Kevin
back to
the show. Yeah, we got to touch on Sean Watson, Kevin Durant,
the Nets, and their unhappy dream team. And then we got to hit Brittany Griner.
Got to touch on Brittany Griner. Man, let's start with Brittany Griner. Come on, because I want to start with Brittany.
All right. So if you've been sleeping on the rock or you've been in the country and ain't got no TV, radio, or a cell phone, Brittany Griner plays her off-season ball in Russia, as do a lot of the WNBA players. And quite a few of them do. And she was headed back home right before the season was started, before training camp and whatnot was about to start up. And she got arrested in the airport for having the devil's grass, marijuana, a joint. How do you want to say it? Y'all know the name for it.
It was actually the oil. It's like
Same.
it was like
But,
it wasn't much. It was like 30 grams or something like that.
it was enough to be detected at the airport in her vape pen or vape system, whatever she used. It was in that. And she got arrested for it. She broke the law in Russia. She got jailed. And all these people started it was hash. Oh, there you go, Chan with the hash 0.07. So she got arrested and she been in jail. They hadn't said nothing about she been mistreated in jail. They ain't said nothing about the conditions. They just said she been in jail. And some people are outraged, like, that's crazy. She in jail for having weed and then blase. So then there's other people that say, well, she broke the law. Well, she need to deal with what she did. But then everybody say, this is America, she's an American, she can't do this, and then go to jail, and blah, blah, we need to do something about it. And then we'll get to the rest of it later on. But fast forward to a couple of days ago, she was sentenced to 9 years. She pled guilty. She sentenced 9.5 years in Russian jail for a vial of cannabis oil, marijuana oil, reefer oil, reefer. Wolf ankle blood, whatever you want to call it. That's what she was jailed for. Now, we've had this discussion somewhat similar to this with the dude that got beat up in Japan or China, and he was an American football coach. And remember that, like some years ago? Mm-hmm. And you opened eyes to some stuff that I didn't quite look at it that way. Now on this, I think it's pretty much cut and dry. You did the crime, do the time. It just opened up a whole lot of conversation for stuff that's happening everywhere, and everybody's like, no man, we need to go get her. I'm not one of the people that say we need to go get her. I mean, you somewhere else cutting up, you got to deal with what they say.
Oh, that's so un-American.
I hate the word, but everybody wants to say, well, we need to bring her back. We need to do a trade or something. And then you hear about this proposed trade where they want to give up. We have a Russian arms dealer, right? An actual arms, the stuff you see in the movies, that they want to trade for Brittany Griner, a ex-Marine, and an ex-Marine. That's it. And I'm thinking like, okay. And then the more you hear about it, you hear about this teacher that's over there serving time for the same thing that she did. And he's still in jail. And ain't nobody mentioned trying to go get him. So, I mean, it's just, to me, it's much to do about nothing. You just got, and Joe Rogan said today, and this is one of the few times I agree with Joe Rogan. He said, we have the same laws over here. If she did it over here, she would have went to jail too. Probably not got 10 years, but she would have went to jail too. We supposed to go get her because she can put a ball through a hoop. Or that makes her more special than anybody else. And we have people over here serving time for the same thing that she did. Thousands upon thousands of people in America doing the same thing that she did over there to get caught. And we ain't talking about get them out of jail. Not like you hear the outcry for this. You got some group saying it, but you don't have a whole bunch of people. Oh, we got to get her out. You don't have leagues making TikToks and dances and protesting silently for her to come back home. Now, I got a couple people on here that's saying, hey, if that was me, they put me on it for 3.5. You are absolutely right. You got one that says, hey, no problem with the crime. It's the sentence, though. It ain't the sentence in America. That's the problem. That's one thing that people don't get. 9 years is excessive. Yeah, but you're talking about one of the worst countries to ever do a crime in. Like you can't go to Russia and do normal crime and think you're going to get a slap on the wrist and a fine. Russia is known for putting people in jail a long time for nothing. So to me, I mean, I feel for her, but at the same time, you should know better than to go somewhere and try to bring something through an airport internationally anyway. If you're in America, you might get some reason because you're a superstar and then you can buy your way out of it. But America don't care about, I mean, Russia don't care about American dollars right now. They want to make America look bad, so they're going to keep them. And that's on another tangent. You go down that road if you want, but as long as what's going on is going on in the world, they ain't worried about making America happy. I put it like that. And that's what I'm talking about right now.
That's exactly where I was about to say. I mean, you pretty much said all that I was going to say. And now Chant, I was like, well, there is this point right here. And then I look up, Chant said the same thing. Y'all, it really is bad timing with the U.S. and this going on, given that Russia is invading Ukraine and Ukraine is being supported by the United States. So it was that is bad time. It's kind of a stick 'em to y'all. We got one of your big time figures in your country. She broke the law, and guess what? We're gonna stick it to her, and we're gonna dangle it in your face and make you beg for it. Now, my opinion on the crime and the sentencing. Yeah, she messed up, and I feel like, okay, you're going to America where all this stuff is free. Why even? And I understand what Tony and Chen saying about crime being, I mean, the sentencing being excessive. I agree, it is excessive, but also their whole outtake and punishment on drug trafficking is excessive. I mean, this shouldn't have been a surprise because they cracked down on this so hard. Everybody. That's why you don't hear about it happening in Russia. So, I mean, I hate it for her. I really, really do. And a lot of people say if it was LeBron James, such and such, stop it. If it was LeBron James, you never would have heard it because LeBron James don't put himself in this situation. So you got to be smarter than that. You have to be smarter than that. So
and with that comment right there, she didn't realize she put it in there, and then gonna sit there and say, "I got a prescription for it." Come on now, like you saw you going through this trial at this point, and maybe you saw how you got it was in there. I can understand it, but you knew you had your pipe in your bag. That's another thing. Like this is something you could have left behind and going back to America and did what you do. Like that's crazy.
Well, I agree. I agree with Barrett's report. With that voice, she gonna run to jail. Like Chad said, Big Pern coming through. POP, we holding it down. I was legally blind when I put that pimp oil in my bag.
Mama, I love you.
Mama, I love you. Boo thing, I love you. Coming home. I'm gonna be coming home soon. I'm gonna ride. I'm a G. I'm gonna ride it out.
And then check this out. America is helping in the way they give supplies and ammunition and weapons to the country that Russia is trying to take over. So if I'm Russia, I don't care about you. I'm looking for a reason to piss you off.
Right.
So do what you want, say what you want. It ain't gonna make no difference. And see, we can't have a show because of comments like this.
I believe it.
I already been doing it. You see how good she look when she come out? She look happy, like she been getting a scalp on.
But I mean, but on a serious note, I mean, it's a bad time to be a prisoner in Russia when all this is going on over in Ukraine. It really is. So, and so, you know, I would love for her to be free and everything, but I'm gonna tell you like this: let me get caught with that over here in Mississippi. It's not legal in Mississippi. They're gonna try to stick the rod to me. So I ain't gonna say it's gonna be like it ain't gonna be no 9 years, but yeah, at least come on.
I mean, but at the same time, like we said from the jump, the law is the law. The law of the land is what rules. And if you in another land, you got to go by their law.
Yep.
And that's the part I don't get. Like people are going crazy, you know. And then this is the thing that makes sense to me. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Like, we're gonna give up a dangerous human being for somebody that can put the ball through a hoop.
I don't find that to be a fair trade.
It's not a fair trade. It don't make sense.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you don't put yourself in those situations. I mean, I said this one time before. Play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Congratulations! Congratulations, man!
This is the big thing, right? This is the big thing because it goes back to the Olympics. When old girl, Sha'Carri Richardson, was suspended because of testing for weed. This is not something that's brand new. That's what I don't get. Like, this is not something that happened yesterday when they just say, hey, man, we're going to make a lot of this weed. The whole world treats weed. Well, I'm going to say the whole world. Majority of the world,
not the whole world.
I said majority of the world treats weed in that way. And you sitting here acting like it's okay. Like, everybody's like, no, man, it's bad. But America treats weed that way.
What's up, Troy?
Come to the point where they trying to do something else.
Hey, Mama. Hey, Mama, I see you. Mama, I love you.
Still a bribe, can't keep away. But you stupid. You stupid.
But I mean, the close this up, man. This stuff go. Look, I mean, she should have known better. I mean, and she did know better. I don't believe she put it in there mistakenly or whatever. I mean, you do the crime, you do the time. That was just silly. So moving right along.
Now, some of y'all may have watched it. Some of y'all may have heard it. Some of y'all may not be big golf fans or.
Yeah, y'all just look. Hold on. Let me put it. I'm putting it to him right. I'm putting it to him right. Look at him. Look at here. All 7 of our viewers right now. Out of all 7 of y'all, maybe one of you guys would be interested in the story that we're about to tell because it's about golf. We do sports. It's about golf. We ain't gonna be on long because we know the vast majority of our audience didn't come to hear us talk about golf, but we got to talk about this because it means something. So bear with us, and we're gonna get back to something if this doesn't interest you, but this has to be talked about. Take it away, Johnny.
Some of the points. It has to do with your, I guess you could say, your moral compass at the end if you listen to the story. So Saudi Arabia, right?
Yep.
Hey, they one of the richest countries in the world. They just throw money around. They do whatever they want to do, and people have been accusing them of sports washing, where you just basically go out and buy people to pay people to play sports in your country to get their attention off of all the bad stuff you done did in life in your country as a government, killing people, wars, human rights. That's the biggest thing. They actually killed an American journalist and beheaded him and detached his limb from his body a while back. And they're trying to make people forget all that. So they pay all these people all this money to come play whatever sport they want to put up on the board, right? So the sport now is golf. So Phil Mickelson, which this started kind of with Phil a few years ago, and now it kind of come to fruition. And some of the other players were kind of like, hey, man, we can get in on this. And then everybody's like, man, that ain't good when Phil got caught because he was doing it underhandedly. And everybody was like, hold up. We don't want to do anything we be no part about it. And Saudi Arabia said, hey, man, look, I'm going to give you $100 million to come play for us for 4 years. Okay, let's go one superstar. I'm going to give you $150 million to come play for us for 4 years. They go another superstar. And guess what? You ain't even got to play all these tournaments that you're playing with now. And you're going to get paid every tournament. So if you don't know professional golf, you have to make the cut in the tournament. You have to make the line, and then you get paid after that. If you don't get the cut, you don't make the cut, you don't get paid. Your sponsors don't pay you, but it ain't like winning championship money on these golf tours. Everybody don't make the cut. So some of these players, and golf is golf, you can have a great day or you can have a really bad day to make your weekend and make determine if you get paid, how much you get paid, or if you don't get paid. Now, the thing about it is this Live Golf Tour, which is only playing 8 events this year. 8 events compared to like what? 20, 30 events for golf, for PGA. If you play them all, and they're going to get paid for every every event. If you come in last place in the Live Golf Tournament, you get paid 6 figures regardless. On top of your contract that you have for 4 years is $100 million. All right. So Live Golf said, "Hey, I want Phil Mixon. I want Dustin Johnson. They start getting stars, and they start getting the big stars. And PGA said, "Hey man, y'all can't just leave like that without no proof. You can't just go over there and play for less and get paid more."
Well, actually, hold on. But actually, it was something like, "Hold up, wait a minute, I can't take this no more."
Right. So they just thought they were just like, "Look, man," and they got points. I can't blame them. If I can get paid more to do less of what I'm already doing, that's a win-win situation. Everybody's like, "Hey man, y'all ain't got no more compass. Like, this is bad. Y'all shouldn't go over there and play. Y'all shouldn't play." And the bad thing about it, 40 events in America, mind you. Ain't like but one of them like in the desert in Saudi Arabia. Excuse me, in Saudi Arabia area, in that part of the world. They got them in London, England. It's spread out. The majority of them is in America. And guess what? Live Golf Tour is paying for everything. Outside of your salary, they pay for your room, they pay for your flight, they pay for your family to come. Whatever you want to do, they're going to pay for it because they got money to burn. Also, they can look good or cover up what they've already been, look bad about. Now, my question to you is, what are the pros and cons of that situation to you? Because I
mean, automatically, I mean, the pros is the guaranteed cash. That's the guaranteed cash. Right. Now, but you left out some of the story, and this is part of my cons, that the PGA Tour tried to ban them from some of the events on the tour. Pretty much banned them from the whole tour, except for pretty much the majors been accepting all these who have left the PGA Tour and joined the Live Tour. Now that we can call that a con, simply because PGA saying they're wrong for just pretty much dipping out on them like that. Pretty much.
Right.
But you got to look at the reason why they left. Why did they leave, Rodney? Why did all these 10 of these players are top 100 in the world or whatever?
Yeah.
So why did they leave?
Money.
They left because of money. The PGA Tour, and Phil Mickelson said this in a sense before all of before this ball got to rolling. He said the PGA Tour mistreat the players. They do not respect the players. The PGA Tour have monopolized off the back of these players. I'm talking about from Tiger Woods to whoever else you can think of for years. You look at the purse that they put up. They may put up a $2.5 million purse, but you got to look at it. That right there has been broke. That's 1 through 50 or 1 through 40. All of it, break it down. So the top player may win what, 350,000. Some cases 500,000. It depends on, it depends on tournament though. It depends on tournament. But my point is, there's a pot, and everybody eats from that pot, considering where you're from. Now, once they set that pot, that's right. That's like saying in a tournament, okay, this is what we put up. No more. We ain't spending no more money. That's it. Boom. But we continue generating money at the Masters. We continue generating money at the U.S. Open and all of these things. They continue to generate all that money. So it's like the players have been getting peanuts versus what the PGA been making. I said, tough it up, buttercup. The NFL been doing that for years. That's what I said. That's what I said about it. But at the same time, I see them getting their money. Understand that. I might not be feeling it like you said, and I might get cut. And guess what? I don't get paid. Over here, I ain't got to worry about that. I'm already guaranteed $150 million. Everybody ain't gonna be like Tiger Woods, turned down $800 to $900 million, turned it down.
Because
just to stay with the PGA.
You don't need it. He don't need it.
But what does the PGA Tour do? What does the PGA do? They've added a couple more tournaments and they've raised their paying out for the 2023 season. I was like, look at y'all. Y'all could have been doing that a long time ago. It's like you calling your employer's bluff. I'm leaving for more money.
In a sense, but if they have to say, man, I want this reputation of being a great golfer in America over the money, then ain't nobody finna say that. Because you sit here telling me, hey man, or other people, and a lot of people saying y'all shouldn't do business with their country because their country, they got a bad track record, they still doing bad stuff. Y'all shouldn't do business with their country. And then, as I heard today, or I've been hearing it ever since they talked about it, America does business with their country. Disney does business with their country. Coca-Cola does business with their country.
The PGA does business with that country.
Right. And you gonna sit here and tell me I can't take the money? Like, come on, man. Like, don't be one way because you win and then be another way because you ain't winning as much. Because PGA Tour, you losing some people, but you still got a chance to win. Mm-hmm. These dudes, depending on what happens this week, next week, the week after, they can't win every week. They can't do this every week. If I'm going to get paid to work 4 days instead of 5, and you're going to quadruple my salary, and you're going to pay for my expenses, I'm out. Less work, I'm out. As long as it ain't legal money, I'm straight.
Yeah, as long as it's legal money. I'm serious. I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna make sure me and mine's good. If I know I'm guaranteed heat over here, hey, look here. I'm sorry. I didn't commit those crimes. I ain't had no look. You ain't trying to pay me no money like that.
And then
I'll holler at you.
At the end of the day, it's just golf. I'm not going over there writing policies for their country. I'm not going over there doing civil rights acts for their country.
I'm playing golf and getting paid that gum good to do it.
And I can enjoy myself, man. I don't think people really understand the grind of the average golfer, not a superstar golfer, but the average golfer for doing this. So it's a grind. It's a grind.
Exactly. Put up what Tony said. Man, take that mess down, man. Ain't nobody son chat. Look, put up what Tony said. Look at this.
Makes sense.
It makes sense. And not only if the PGA feels threatened now, think about it. There has not been any other organization that even come remotely close to challenging the PGA Tour. Mm-mm. Now you got first ever another tour, a literal tour. Mm-hmm. And it's gonna guarantee you money if you come play for me. Now there's a threat. That means you're drawing away from our attraction. You brought, you know what? You done took Phil. You done took a legend, Phil Mickelson from me. So they feel threatened about how many. So now they try to put up this. Oh, you're suspended from the PGA Tour. Blah 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 blah.
You can't suspend me if I quit. You can't suspend me if I quit. And now come wait to it. This is an opportunity though, man. If you feel like and you see somebody doing this is an opportunity for the PGA saying, hey, look, man, we could do something to get at least guarantee some money for everybody that participates.
But they did. They increased their payout for 2023 and they added a couple more tournaments. I'm just saying.
But
they threw more peanuts.
That got his card to play and don't make 30% of the tournaments. He's struggling by. I'm not saying by the worst standard, but for what he's doing, he's struggling. PGA can. I'm telling you, the PGA can easily afford to give everybody that don't make the cut $10,000 for that week for coming out to play.
Yep, they can.
They can do it. That's chump change.
But that's not what they're trying to do.
I know.
They have monopolized. They have monopolized this tour. And they've been doing it for years, and nobody ever questioned it. Nobody.
That's why they rely heavily on their sponsors. And they're always doing these commercials. They wear all these shirts with all these patches in their bags with all these people's names on them. Because that's how they make up their supplemental income if they're not winning on tour or making cuts on the tour. So I don't blame. If it's me, I'm out. I'm gonna go get this $100 million for 4 years and play 8 to 10 tournaments a year,
right?
And be done with it. And then you only playing 3 to 8 instead of 4,
right?
Bro, what?
What you gonna ban me from the Sunday Delight weekend tournament tour or whatever? I don't care. Bye. I'm going to get this 150. I'm going to get this 150 million.
That's the other thing right there. The time has gone for that right there, because Tiger Woods was the last one to make that a big thing right there, right? He was the last one to say, I'm the greatest to ever do this at this, and every time I win one, it means something. The next person, who won the last Open? Exactly. If it ain't Tiger Woods or Phil Mickelson, don't nobody care. We watch it and then be like, oh man, that was a good match. And then next week we forgot. That stuff don't mean nothing unless you win in every last one of them. Or a great deal like Tiger Woods. You see what I'm saying? So that reputation, money over everything, like you said before. That's what it is. And I don't blame man one of them. As long as you ain't give me money from a drug deal,
money. But enough of that. We done lost 3 views, so we kicked off this doggone Chinese dude, I think. Oh my goodness. Anyway.
Tell me this. What you want to end with? You want to end with the Nets or you want to end with Watson?
Both of them.
We're going to mix and match them. Bet. The Nets.
I want to go Watson. Let's go Watson. Okay. Let's go Watson. Because if this is a preview of what I think about the Kevin Durant thing, he getting on my last nerve. All right, let's talk about Watson.
Yeah. Okay. Watson. Okay. Go ahead. Set it up. Wake up.
What's that set up? We're waiting. Okay. All right. Deshaun Watson told some masseuses, about 20 some of them, to touch me here.
Okay. You can skip that.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
It's been the trial, the person.
Okay.
Yeah, come on. Everybody know what.
Okay. It went into whoever the independent judge hand, and she looked over it and she gave Deshaun Watson 6 games. Public opinion in the whole world went bananas talking about it wasn't enough. So what does the NFL do? Even though this was an agreement in the collective bargaining deal that this is the process that we're going to do. So she picked it, and the NFL and the whole world is going, mew. It's 6 games. It's not enough. Even though the NFL was going for a minimum of 12 to that government the whole season, pretty much. And it didn't go the way they think. So the NFL has the opportunity to appeal the ruling, which they did. Given that Roger Goodell can handpick whoever he wants to look at the same case, or he could have did it for that matter. That gives the power back to him. But what does Roger do? Hey, I don't want that smoke because y'all done beat me up in the past couple years about my decision. Y'all said my fist is too heavy. So what I'm gonna do? I got the option to pass it to another. So he had picked another, and they gave all the information to him Friday, and they told him, "Look, we need this," and I quote, "I'm going to use a TI word right now, expeditiously." We need it expeditiously. That means in a hurry. So right now, before the week is out, we'll find out the fate of Deshaun Watson. We're looking, everybody's pretty much guaranteed that he's going to get an increase, definitely more than 6 games. But how many?
It's going to be the season because Goodell came out either today or late yesterday and said the predatory nature of these cases is at least a season long. When you were the commissioner that had the power to bring this back out, to bring it back up because you weren't happy with what happened, say that. I'm not looking for the dude to play this year.
But I agree with the judge, the initial judge, first judge that gave the sentence. Look, you gave me the history of how y'all used to handle these things. You always suspended six games here, 6 games for this, 6 games for that, 6 games for this.
People she questioned, how many people she could talk to, or the victims.
That's what I'm saying.
She can only talk to 4 because everybody else signed NDAs, and they couldn't do anything. So like you said, she only going off the history of how bad they have done it.
That's right. 6 game is far. 6 game is far. Far. 6 game is far.
Look, how long was Big Ben suspended?
6 months. Not 6 months. 6 games. He was suspended 6 games, and he need to keep his mouth shut. He keep his mouth shut. He had something to say about it. He need to be quiet. Robert Kraft need to be quiet.
They weren't real. They weren't real. Y'all pay attention to them posts. They weren't real. I need y'all to pay attention to that because folks be going off on these posts and they ain't real.
Well, I feel for it.
Until Sports Center say it, I ain't believe it. But look, check this out.
All right.
From what she went off of, what the NFL said, hey man, we could do this. This is going to get this many. We're going to give them this many. For this nature of what was happening, she gave 6 because that's what everybody else was getting. That's what everybody else was getting. If she had gave 8, they still would have came back and said, nope, that's not enough. If he got 10, it's not enough. He was going, regardless of the situation, he was going to come back and say, that's not enough. I want somebody else to look at it. And they was going to make it so that it's a season long. Now, if this next guy come out and say, not a season long, I'll tell you, I would be shocked.
Well, guess what? Well, be shocked about what I'm about to say. I believe this next guy is going to split it right down the middle. I don't think he's going no more than 12 games, 10 to 12 games.
I don't know. I mean, I would be shocked if that happened. I can understand it because Roger Goodell wants a season long, but Roger Goodell trying to appease the owners and trying to appease the public because he, like you said before, he's seen as the bad guy.
It's a PR move. It was just a PR move.
Yeah, but he's put it out there as what he wants, and with him picking who he wants, come on, man. It's just like me going up there and picking the judge for my murder trial.
And I agree. I agree, Tony. If he loses another year, his game will suffer.
His game is gonna suffer because you, as a quarterback, you can't go out there and you can practice all day. The game time situation is different. It's different, and I don't think that that's going to be something that he can recover from. But at the end of the day, dude got a guaranteed contract. I want to know how Cleveland feeling right now with this situation.
Right.
Guaranteed money. All of it is guaranteed.
Exactly. All of it guaranteed. And we're going to see. Somebody's not going to be happy at the end of this thing. And I really feel like it's going to be everybody.
It could, I'm going to put a B in there. It could be because he hasn't played in so long. Yeah, that could be why he sucked. Why I ain't gonna say why he sucked, but why I can see him struggling after this second year.
That's why I see him struggling, right? Because he haven't played so long. He's gonna suffer. You talking about game speed?
No, Shannon. That would be great. That would be good for an athlete of that caliber. I don't think that's out the picture, but I don't see him coming back and being as awesome as he was before he left.
Hey,
right off the bat anyway, not right off the bat.
And I'm gonna throw this at you. And I said this about another quarterback, and you'll know who I'm talking about. How often have we seen Deshaun Watson without your boy D Hop?
We haven't, because D Hop was there. That's when it all started.
D Hop is that wide receiver that make quarterbacks great. I feel like that's the case with Deshaun Watson, and I feel like that's the case for Kyler Murray. Look how Kyler Murray disappeared the minute D Hop went out. D Hop make quarterbacks look good.
Yeah.
And there's a strong chance that he does the same for Watson. Anybody out there want to challenge that? Let me know what you think. We're moving on to the New Jersey Nets and Kevin Durant. Let's go.
Say it. Say it.
This dude is getting on my last nerve. Somebody, whoever banned Donald Trump from Twitter need to do the same for Kevin Durant. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it.
Look. This is why I'm like at the point where like I don't even care no more, because you have you keep knocking on the door. You keep knocking on Oklahoma. Keep knocking on the door. Keep knocking on the door. You can't get it. Can't get past it. Can't get past it. So you go join a team that didn't need you, in my opinion, and you go out there and show out. Right now, you still don't feel like you get an attitude because you feel like that's not your team. You're not the man. They love Steph more than they love me. I'm not the leader of this team. I want to go be the leader of my own team. I want to be the guy. You get that opportunity. You go be the guy. But you want to team up one of the most eccentric athletes in the NBA, and you want to team up with James Harden. You want to have him come over there, and it don't work out. Now you want to take your ball and go home because you ain't getting your way, because you didn't get what you thought was going to happen. I ain't seen, and I'm not questioning his work ethic, but I have not seen him work since he left Oklahoma. And that's what really driving me, was really getting on my nerves. It's like, dude, if you just worked at developing a relationship with Nash, developing a relationship with the Nets, developing a relationship with your team, and you getting Ben Simmons that you can work with, I'm not getting it. Like, you don't want to work for it. And that's really just what really just eats me up.
Are you hiking the ball?
Oh, my bad.
Duh, chanting. Diggy. Who drinking? Duh. You think? Whatever made you think that? Now, let me tell y'all something. KD is who he is. KD continued to show you that he tries to bully himself out of an organization or situation whenever he can't have what he wants, or if he foresees things not going the way he wanted to go. He look. He had the Rodney, you said it. He had the opportunity to be the man everywhere he was. He was the man in Oklahoma City. He punked out. He had the who went on to be the champ, down 3-1, and he couldn't close. And what does he do? He go and join that team the next year. So he joins this team. Doggone Draymond get up in his boo-boo like a comb or a tapeworm or something like that. Ew. And he gets in his feelings. And he bullies himself out of that. And now he's trying to do the same thing with it. He's coming out talking about either trade me or you need to fire that general manager Sean Marks and Steve Kerr, who is the head coach right now. He's trying to play bully ball with them.
Steve Nash.
Look, dude. What I say? Steve Kerr? I'm sorry. What's Steve Nash? You right. My mama's boy Sean. Me. Chitty.
Him, not you. His mama boy
What?
Sean.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's
what I'm talking about. Hey man, hold up. But this is what KD does. So if I am the Nets, this is exactly what I do. I ain't trading you. If you sit out, we got you for 4 years. If you not what you worth in 4 years, what you gonna be worth in 4 years? You gonna sit out. But KD is not that type of person that's gonna sit out. So if I was the New Jersey organization, I would call. I mean, not New Jersey, but Brooklyn organization. I call his bluff. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? I call his bluff. You gonna get your butt out on that court and you gonna play.
Now, what about now? We're in agreement with this because I don't think he's at the point. I don't think he has the power in this situation. He may act like it.
No,
and he don't. He got a team built for a championship run. But that's the problem. He can't go out there and just light people up one-on-one because he got to mold that team and push that team, and that's not what he does.
Yeah, exactly. And guess what, Shane? You're right. He could sit out 1 year, but guess what? He got 3 more. He's still under contract.
And
Then what? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? He sit out 1 year, and then what? So who still win? But if I was him, see, because what he's trying to do, he's trying to determine where he wants to go. Man, I say that joke. I say that joker to the Sacramento Kings for everybody on that roster who's gonna be good.
Let's go back to this question right here, though. What is KD worth for the trade, basically? And to me, I'm not going to give up everything that I've worked on. And all these teams that was proposing trades and whatnot, and they said, "No, give me this dude."
Look,
I'm not going to give all that up.
The only
to come in and leave.
There's only one fair trade. There's one out there.
What's that?
Which one is it? Which trade out there? Which trade out there you think?
You tell me.
It's LeBron James. LeBron James is the only 1-for-1 fair trade that's out there. Everything else is just peanuts. I'm sorry. You can draft. Nope, not even Boston. Not even Boston. Nope, not even Boston. You can get Jalen. You can get AD. How you doing? What up, Robert Brown? Thank you for coming in here for the wrong answer. But no, not Boston. Jaylen Brown, Noah Tatum compares and draft picks and whoever and fries and free passes to the IMAX theater to the next 3 free movies is not going to compare to Kevin Durant. The only fair trade is a LeBron James, and that is not going to happen. Therefore, this guy's going to spend the next at least 3 years in Brooklyn.
Look, let me tell you this. My point I was trying to get at about the trade is, in order to get what we would consider fair for KD, with multiple people, picks, and whatever else, you will have to drain the team that does it just to get him. And that's not going to be worth the trade. So if you say for instance, if it was Phoenix, right? They wanted Ayton and they wanted Booker. Like, who's going to do that? That makes no sense. I'm going to gut my team for one dude to come in there and he done showed you what he is. And then after he get that first season and not get there to do it again? No, I'm not going to give up that just for the opportunity for you to come in here and get mad and not want to be traded a year after. That don't make sense.
Hey, could you please put Robert Brown up there so I can address this? I'm going to tell you you're wrong. Because even though Kevin Durant, I feel, is the best player in the world right now, LeBron is definitely second, and he takes teams to championships wherever he goes.
Exactly.
So until something else is proven otherwise, I'm gonna say you're wrong, dog. I mean, he's second, but he's taking you to the championship still second.
Still
so,
second.
Hey, I feel like that's equal.
Regardless of the situation, I don't think he's going out first round the way Nets did.
I tell you what, if I ask a question, who out there is better than LeBron? The only person that anybody would put ahead of LeBron is Kevin Durant. If anybody mentioned anybody else, they're just fans of those people.
You can. You just got to use Mickey Ficky and Son of a Biscuit in some of them places. Right?
Yeah. You can. Watch me. Watch how I do it on the show. Watch how I do it. Robert Brown, you're wrong. What you gonna do about it? You're wrong. Me. What you gonna do? Say what's on your mind. Nope. Not even Giannis.
I'm a fan of Giannis either. But he's not number 1 or 2 in the world. He's just a really good dude and he can play ball, but he's not number 1 or 2 in the world. It's not a fair trade.
He's a big dude that like to take strides and walk occasionally to get to the rim. So, hey.
Nah. He said that and nah.
What?
Hey, Chen, we could put Steph up there, but I don't think Steph could do it by himself.
You know what? I think your equilibrium is off tonight. You've been saying a lot of questionable things, and this is another one of them. Yeah, you could put Steph up there to do what? He's the best shooter. He's the best shooter. He's the best shooter that ever blessed a pine floor. That's who he is. He is still not better than LeBron or Kevin Durant. He may be better shooters than them, but he's definitely not. No. So this is not a step. I step go send the kitty section up
there. The fact that you have KD, we know he won't. Very crazy. We got KD, and we know what he talking about, what he wants. But you, for the net situation, you also have Kyrie basically in the same boat. Kyrie hadn't said much, but Kyrie don't want to be there. So now you got two superstars that you're going to have to depend on what they do, and you got a third that you don't even know if he's in the right headspace to give you what he used to give.
So which one you going to keep, Rodney? Which one you going to keep?
Oh, I'm keeping KD all day.
Okay, so what you going to do?
I'm gonna trade Kyrie.
All right then, let's go on then. Because golly, I would call that dude's bluff. You ain't going nowhere.
That's very crazy. You're right, because he ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere unless I send him somewhere. And that's the problem. You ain't made enough problems in my organization for me to send you nowhere.
Right.
Not just to get rid of you. You're gonna make that money here, bro.
I don't care about Kyrie wanting to go to LA. That right there is not gonna happen.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
Nope.
It's too much. It's too much at play to make that happen.
Yep. Way too much.
Kyrie play this year out. He's a free agent. He can go where he want to go. But right now, they're not going. I don't see them trading him to LA. But somebody's going. They're going to trade him somewhere just to get rid of him and get something for it, because they don't want to let him just walk. Just getting nothing for him. You see what I'm saying? And that's smart for Aston World, because they know no team is going. That is the point. They're going to ask for it because ain't nobody going to give up their core to do it. And that's why they're going to keep on asking. And you can't say, at this point, hey man, we tried. And I think he's realizing that now, because he's turning on the organization and the coaches.
Now, how uncomfortable is next season going to be? Because he's going to play. He's going to play. He's not going to sit out. He's going to play. How comfortable is that going to be when he's playing for Steve Nash?
I don't think he gets what he wants. I think it'll get to the point to where he plays Steve Nash out of there. But I don't think he's going to get to the point to where Steve Nash is going to get fired before anything happens. Like, I don't
and also, on a note, keeping Durant means he gets what he wants. No. If they keep Durant, are you saying that they went ahead and fired Steve Nash and Sean Marks? No, they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. Because the owner could just come out and say it. I stand behind this staff and this organization. He's already said, pretty much, I'm not going to fire neither one of them. What you going to do? So the staring contest has begun.
He has the right to say it, because guess what? With half a squad most of the year, this dude still took the Nets to the playoffs as the first-year coach. And half the squad is not having KD or your number two player on the court at the same time. But how many games they play together? 4? Like, come on, man. You got to look at it. That's crazy. Now,
what up, D?
That was the rumor that came out. He led the group chat when they asked him. Dude is in the head. That's what I was saying. That's what I meant when I said they got a third that's in the. They don't know if his head is going to be in the right space to play for them. They went out and got him, but I don't know. I don't know about it.
Man, if his head ain't right and tougher from the last situation in Philly, he just need to go ahead and hang his gym shoes up. He's soft. He's not going to be able to handle anything else in life. He's going to be running from team to team every time.
We know he's soft. That's the problem. It was what he does now is going to determine his career. If he come out there and play and do what he should have been doing when he was in Philly, anything close to that, it's going to be a win-win situation.
It's going to be a win-win situation.
He's going the other way, and it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. He hurt his back because he was laying on too much, and then he tried to get up, and he realized he had to use it. So
no, he didn't. He went in the doggone tobacco stove with Smokey from Friday, and slipped on a piece of ice and hurt his back. And he said, "My neck, my back, my neck and my back. I want $150,000. We'll set it out of court for $20." That's what happened. There's nothing wrong with that dude's back. He was just butt hurt. That's all it was, because they was getting his behind bunking out in the playoffs. And if he think that him leaving this situation is going to help his situation for the future, no, he's going to be looked at like Kevin Durant, somebody who always punk out of situations when it gets tough, because that's all both of them do. That's all, and that's all I got to say about that.
The one thing that good teams have is a true leader, and KD is not that.
Whoa! You said LeBron did it. LeBron did what? LeBron never forced his way out of anywhere. Now, what are you talking about?
Nope. LeBron had enough game sense, enough business sense to know it's time for me to leave. It's time for me to leave, so I got to go. That's what LeBron had, and he had enough sense to know I'm gonna get paid everywhere I go, and I'm gonna get there. That's the thing. I'm gonna push these guys to get there.
Yep, you're right. Look, LeBron got rid of Black. Yeah, okay, I understand that part. Yeah, yes, he did get rid of Black, but still, have he ever forced himself out of an organization? No. When his contract was up, he did. That's what he did.
And it wasn't a bad move to get rid of him either. Dude went to what, Sacramento, and didn't do nothing. Come on. I mean, maybe he saw something. Maybe we don't give LeBron enough credit for some of the stuff that does happen, and everybody just pound on the man for no reason. I just wait to see, because he hasn't been wrong too many times. People just sit there and pound on, oh man, they didn't do that. Man, shut up. This is a different time. Let's see what happens. It might not be how you used to see it happen, but LeBron has been proven in everywhere he's went. Can't say that for
KD. He's won wherever he's been. I mean, he's LeBron.
Exactly.
He's LeBron.
Let's see. We're gonna entertain this.
Okay, go to man. We're gonna get on your team. Hey.
Hold on. Bron 4-6 in the final. Who had 4-6 in the final, Shane? Okay, thank you. So I'm not here to be bad for for going 4-6 in the finals. Man, go ahead with all that. That don't make no sense. I mean, he 4-6, he got lose, but he won 4 of them.
Yeah, and look, he won 4, but I mean, he's the second best player of all time. So I'm just saying.
Hey, he said, give me time to answer. Okay. And he
man, you could have. I'm about to say you could have been answering while you said give me time to answer.
Bill Russell was 1-11.
Big shout out. He won. Robert Ory won 12.
Tom Brady got 6. So look. Hey man,
look, hold up. The devil got 3 6s.
And if you land on your back, it's 3-9. No. So? Hey man, look. Hey, we get back in the stride. We get back in the groove with them. We might be back next week. We got to go, cause I smell some food cooking. It's time to go. I appreciate all of y'all for coming through for real though, because we needed this one. We needed this one. And the other one, 5. What? You'll never see nobody do it again. And you talking about this man went Who was this to the crowd? Man, anyway, Ray, take the crowd, man, because we're going to go. What you got?
Hey, man, thank y'all for tuning in, man. We'll be back next week. If not next week, we'll be back that next week. If not that week, we'll be back that next week. If not that week, we'll be back that next week. If not that week, we'll be back that next week. Yeah, he got to sleep with her, Tony.
I'm pretty sure they're done for today. But we'll see you next time on the
He ended up on the streets. LeBron had a hex put on him. He had some hoodoo put on. That dude was sitting there going, pigeon coop going.
He ain't gonna forget it. You really need everybody to forget it.
Hey, but he good now. That's a good turnaround story, though.
He better now.
Blowing it clean out.
Y'all get it. Y'all give it. Man,
hey, y'all. Football, baby. We get into some football. We go football full blast. I mean, blowing it clean out.
She ain't denied now, man. Fine, me. Hey, bro. We finna roll. Y'all be good. Oh, no. The last